This is the question asked in today's SkillTrack daily challenge. So in the first line of our input, we are given the value of integer n, and after that we are given n records as input. So here n is equal to 5, so totally 5 records are given as input. So every record contains a string and an integer. So the string represents the name of the customer and the integer represents the purchase amount of the customer. So now we have to group our data, and here we can see that 3 customers has a purchase amount of 1500 rupees. So we should store the name of the 3 customers in a separate record. So 1500 and the customers are GHI, ABC and JKL. So these are the 3 customers who has a purchase amount of 1500 rupees. And now the next unique amount is 1200. So the customer DEF has a purchase amount of 1200 and no other customer has a purchase amount of 1200. So again we find for the next purchase amount. So the next is 1600 and one customer named MNO has a purchase amount of 1600. So now we have grouped our data and now we have to sort it. So here we can see that for 1500 there are 3 customers and the name of 3 customers are not in sorted order. So GHI and then the next customer is ABC and then JKL. So these 3 string are not in sorted order. So now our task is to sort this string. So after sorting, the first string would be ABC and then GHI and then JKL. So this is the sorted order, and for the remaining 2 records for 1200 and 1600 there is only one string present, so we need not sort it. So first we have to group our data and then we have to sort our data. So now we have sorted the names of the customer. Now we have to print our output based on the purchase amount. So first we have to print the names of the customer who has maximum purchase amount. So to do that we have to sort our amount array also. So 1500, 1200, 1600. So out of these 3 integers the maximum is 1600. So this record must be printed first. So I am copying it and pasting at the top. So the first record is 1600 and the name of customer is MNO. So this should be the first line of our output. So we should print the purchase amount and then separated by a space the customer names. So like this we have to print our output according to the purchase amount. So the next highest purchase amount is 1500 and the customers are ABC, GHI and JKL, and then the third highest purchase amount is 1200 and the customer name is DEF. So this is how we should be printing our output. So what we have done is first we have grouped our data and then we have sorted the names of the customer and then we are printing our output based upon the maximum purchase amount. So in our expected output also we can see that we are printing the same records. So now let us see how to write a C program for this. In C language, the searching and sorting must be manually done by us. So the number of lines of the program will be big. So first I am creating a new character array named names, and here it is a three-dimensional character array. So in this character array we can store up to 50 rows, and in every row we can store up to 50 strings, and the length of each string can contain up to 20 characters. So this is the data that can be stored into this character array named names. And here we have declared this character array outside the main function, because when we declare a variable outside the main function we can use it within our main function and also within the user defined functions. So this is the reason why we have declared the variable names outside the main function, and we have created a function named sort record. So we will be using this in our main function. So now let us start our program from the main function. So first I am creating some integer variables named x, n and val, and then I am creating a new character array named temp, and then I am creating some integer arrays named amount, arr and length. and for the length array alone I'm setting all the values initially to 0. So in the next line I'm accepting the value of the integer x. So now we have to accept x records. So I'm creating a loop that iterates for x times, and in every iteration of this loop we have to accept a record as input. So it contains a string and an integer. So the string is name and then the integer is the purchase amount. So in every iteration using a scanf statement, I am accepting a string and storing it into the character array temp, and then the integer is stored into the variable val. So now we have to check whether the particular record already exists or not. So to do that, first I am creating a new flag variable and setting its value to 0, and I am creating a j loop. So this j loop iterates from 0 to n. Here we iterate till n because n is the total number of unique records grouped using the purchase amount. So we will be grouping our data using the purchase amount as the key value. So whenever a new purchase amount is found, we increment the value of n. So I am creating a loop that iterates from 0 to n, and in every iteration we will be checking whether the amount of j is equal to value or not. If this condition is satisfied, then already a record with that particular purchase amount is existing. So we have to just add the name of the customer into our records. So first I will be setting flag is equal to 1 because the record exists, and we will be copying the name of the customer into the names character array. So using a string copy function, I am copying the characters present in the temporary array into the names array because the name of customer is present in the temporary character array, and the names of the customer must be present in sorted order. So soon after inserting a name, I am going to sort the particular row. So I am making use of this function sort record, and in the arguments I am passing the value of j and then length of j. So that would be the row and then the number of elements in that row. So we will be sorting that particular row. So let us see how we are doing it. So this is that function sort record. In the arguments I am accepting two variables named row and len. So the len is nothing but the number of string present in that particular row. So what we will be doing is we will be sorting our character array at that particular row. So the character array names is already defined outside the main function, so we need not pass it in our arguments. So directly we can use that character array names within our user defined function. So for sorting we will be using the selection sort technique, and we will be sorting in ascending order. So while comparing we will be checking whether it is greater than 0. So our character array would be sorted in ascending order. So this is how this function sort record works. So now let us go back to our main function. So in our main function we have seen till what we will be doing if a record already exists. So if a record already exists, we will be inserting only the name, and after inserting the name we will sort that particular row. But if the record is new, then after the execution of the for loop the flag variable will be still equal to 0. So we will be checking whether the flag is equal to 0 or not, and if it is true then it means that the record is new. So in those cases we will be storing the amount as well as the name at the index n. So amount of n is equal to val, and then we will be copying the name of the customer into the names character array, and after storing the name we will also be incrementing the value of n. So we will be able to insert if a new record is found. So finally after the execution of this I loop, the input data would have been grouped, and the grouped data will be stored into the integer array amount and then the character array named names. So now we have to print our output, and while printing our output we have to print based upon the total purchase value. So the person who has the maximum purchase value must be printed first. So to do that we have to sort our amount array, but if we sort our amount array then we cannot link the amount with the name character array. So in order to avoid that, first I am copying the amount data into the another array named ARR. So I am creating a loop that iterates from 0 to n, and in every iteration I will be doing ARR of I is equal to amount of I. So all the data present in amount will be stored into ARR, and after that we will be sorting the ARR array. So here I am using the selection sort technique to sort the array ARR. So after the execution of this nested for loop, the array ARR would have been sorted. So now using the values present in the array ARR, we will be printing our output. So first I am creating a I loop that iterates from 0 to n. So the first integer present in ARR of I would be the maximum, because we have sorted it in descending order. And in our output also we have to print the maximum purchase value first. So we will be searching the integer ARR of I in the amount array. So again I am creating a j loop that iterates from 0 to n, and we will be checking whether ARR of I is equal to amount of j or not. So if this condition is satisfied, then that is the record in which who has the maximum purchase value. So we have to print the amount, and then we have to print all the customers who has that maximum purchase value. So the k loop iterates from 0 till the length of j, and in every iteration we will be printing the name of the customer, which will be stored in the names character array. So in the printf statement I am printing name of the customer, and also we should print the name of the customers separated by a comma. So to do that, whenever k is not equal to length minus 1, we will be printing a comma, because we should not print a comma for the last name. So when we do like this, we get our output in our desired pattern. So after printing the amount and the name of the customers, we will be printing a new line. So we will be printing the next customer's value. Now let us check our program with the sample test cases. So this is our sample input 1, and for sample input 1 our expected output is here. So we also get the correct format. So our output is correct. This is the logic behind today's daily challenge. Thank you for watching.